Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So I'm sitting down barefaced today, which means I am going to be doing a get ready with me, and I hope you grab a snack, maybe do your makeup with me, just come hang out with me. I feel like it's been a while and there's been a lot going on. I just wanted to sit down, play with some makeup, chat with you guys. And specifically, I'm super excited to be trying out the Lavina Eye Magic palette. I've heard so many incredible things about the Lavina eyeshadow palettes, and I haven't tried one out, and I'm gonna get into that, but that is my own, shame on me for not doing that. Lavina is a Black-owned brand. I have made a number of purchases from clean Black-owned brands. I will be talking about them on my channel. And one of my goals for myself is to be better about spotlighting brands from Black and Indigenous people of color on my channel, because there are brands that are owned by Black and Indigenous people in the clean beauty space, and I want to just make sure that I am giving those brands the spotlight that they deserve. So I'm going to be trying this guy out today. It'll be a first impression, but we'll also do the rest of my makeup too. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So today I'm going to be using the Ilia Super Skin Tint, Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. I don't know if you guys have been having this problem with this foundation, but it's gotten extremely messy for me around the lid. I really like the actual formula, but it's just gotten really, really messy. And also it's now quite warm in Boston. The temperature had been kind of oscillating back and forth, which had not been very great for my garden. But is now stabilizing and is quite warm. And I actually don't have any air conditioner in my apartment because we live in an old house. And so it's now that time of year where I actually have to think about what foundations I'm wearing, because they might just melt off my face throughout the day. So there's that. I did try this one out when I was in Florida way back in February, which feels like 1,000 years ago at this point. And South Florida in February is hot. So I did find out that this foundation does hold up quite well in warm, humid weather. So I figured I'd put this on today because I think I'm going to be going for a walk later. At least that's one of my goals for today, is to go on a nice stroll around the neighborhood, see some neighborhood cats. Because I don't own a cat and I love cats. So my husband's like super allergic to cats. So I just, I make friends with all the neighborhood cats. But there's just been a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the world. We already had a pandemic, and now we're having the whole I'm not gonna use the exact phrasing here because I don't want to get demonetized, because YouTube will basically demonetize everything. And I was getting accidentally demonetized all the time, and I finally am now not getting demonetized. So we're gonna try not to do that. But if you'd like to hear kind of more discussion on a lot of things, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm at Naturally Beautiful Girl. I'm able to kind of talk a little bit more freely on there because I'm obviously not monetized at all on the Instagram platform. But yeah, in case you didn't know too, I am really a quite small channel. I've had one sponsorship ever on my channel, which was super awesome. But I really, I don't even make money. I basically just make a small amount of money that I use to offset purchases for my channel, new beauty products to try, or I just had to update my subscription for Adobe Premiere Pro, which is expensive. But basically any money I make from ads or from affiliate links really just goes for that. So I really am just trying to be self-sustaining. I have no intention of actually having my channel be profitable or become my full-time job, because I really love what I do for work. But so if you're wondering, that's kind of what's going on there. That gave me a nice glowy base with a little bit of coverage. As you can see, I definitely have some breakouts going on right now. My face has been breaking out quite a bit the whole time we've been in quarantine, which I don't know why, because I haven't been wearing foundation or makeup some days, which should be helping my skin, but my skin has other ideas, which I'm going to attribute those other ideas to stress, but who knows. Okay, so let's see, what do I want to use for concealer? I think I want to use the Aaron's Faces. Yeah, let's go with the Aaron's Faces Radiant Firming Concealer. And I'll use this under my eyes and then also on some of these spots. But what I was going to say is I've been, talking a lot on my Instagram about what's been going on, and, I have contributed to it. We all have. And one of the things that I want to do is I really want to do what I can in the clean beauty space. So that's going to mean promoting other creators that are Black and also Indigenous, just people of color more broadly, and also to promote a diverser brand pool. Like, I did find out I had tried a few products from Black-owned brands, but like I really had not made a conscious effort to do that. And you know what? I should, because I want to actually share clean beauty. Like, my whole goal with my channel when I started was to share reviews about clean beauty, because when I was first starting out in the clean beauty space, there were products, but there weren't a lot of people talking about whether the products worked or not. And my whole goal with the channel is to show that you can really have effective clean beauty products, that compete with conventional beauty products and that have safer ingredients. And that was really my whole point of my channel. And basically, I just want to review products. Like, that's what I enjoy doing. And I should review products from a broader pool of brands. And, that's on me. So I'm really excited. I've got some products coming from Josephine Cosmetics. I had tried out, I think, their eyeliner before in a Petit Four box. I also have stuff coming from Range Beauty. I have a few other brands on my radar at the moment. But yeah, I think I'll have some exciting brands to share with you guys. So if you're interested in seeing some of that, be sure to subscribe to my channel. But I'm not obviously rolling it out all at once. Part of the reason is a lot of these brands have gotten a really big boost in sales, which is amazing. We need to keep this up. But that being said, their shipping is a little slower. Also, just with the whole global pandemic going on. Shipping has been slow, and so everything's just taking a while to get here, which is fine, but that's kind of what's going on. So I got my package from Lavina first, so that's what I'm using. I also got their makeup remover melt balm, so I'm going to be trying that out too. Obviously, I'll be talking about all these more than just first impressions on my channel. I honestly was just so excited to actually have the palette in my possession that I wanted to go ahead and do a first impressions with you guys. I've been trying out a number of products from Honest Beauty, so I'm going to be using some of those today because I'll be doing a kind of review video coming up soon. So I'm next going to go in with the Honest Beauty. This is their cream blush in rose pink. And you may be wondering, Kat, you used to have this blush. And the answer to that question is yes. Well, I didn't like it when I first tried it. And then I heard so many people talk about it. I was like, I need to try this again. It's only $12. So I did. And also from watching other videos where people were using it, I discovered that this definitely works better with a brush, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm going in with the blush on a stippling brush. And I have to say, I enjoy this blush so much more applying it with a brush. Still, my skin does eat it a little bit, which is what I remembered happening when I first tried it. I do have really oily skin, and I feel like this blush is not one of the most long wearing, but I definitely find that the whole application situation works so much better with a brush because it is a stiffer blush formula. I've also seen people use this blush with a sponge, but I don't really use sponges. But I have to say this whole process is just a lot more effective for me than trying to apply it with my fingers. But anyway, so I am going to be doing better going forward on my channel with trying to feature more diverse brands. I also hope to do more collabs with a more diverse range of influencers. So if you are a content creator on YouTube or whatever and want to work with me, hit me up, let me know. Because I really want to do better, and I can do better. I'm really limiting my conversation on Instagram to the clean beauty space because that is what my whole channel on Instagram is. Hopefully it's obvious to you guys, but I'm doing a lot of other things outside of what I'm talking about in the clean beauty space. In my personal life, I don't want to get too much into what I do for my job, but I am doing stuff with my job too, because I actually have a job where I have at least some ability to make a change in the community, especially with talking about diversity in the STEM fields, which if you know anything about the STEM fields, it's known for being really not diverse. But I am able, you know, to take some actions, make some changes. And so I'm actively working on doing that. Okay, I think I have enough blush. But I'm really trying to focus my conversation about beauty on my Instagram and YouTube channel, because there's a lot that we can be doing in this space. There's a lot I'm doing outside of the space, but there's a lot we can do in this space, and that's what I want to focus on. So I have been using some bronzers. I'm testing out a number of bronzers. I'm going to be doing a bronzer video coming soon. The PYT bronzer is still out of stock. I have no idea when it's coming back in stock. Let me know in the comment section down below if you'd like me to just go ahead with a bronzer video without that bronzer, because honestly, at this point, it could be weeks, months. I don't know how long it's going to be before that comes back in stock. But what did come back in stock is the Tower 28 bronzer in Bronzino. So I'm going to be using this today. Literally, I had it notify me when it came back in stock. And then I like placed that order like as soon as I got that email, which was at like 7 in the morning, just to make sure that I actually was able to get a hold of this thing before it goes out of stock again. Hopefully it won't, but you never know. So I am really enjoying this. This is a cream bronzer, which is why I'm going in with my fingers. I've only been trying this out for a few days, so I'm still trying to figure out my thoughts on it. Like I said, I'll be doing a bronzer video at some point, and obviously we'll be talking about this product at that time in more depth. Let's see, what else has been going on? So my job is still insanely busy, which has been a challenge. I talked about this a little bit in my video, my last Get Ready With Me, which is that I don't really like talking about it because I know that so many people have been laid off and have lost their jobs. And I feel guilty talking about being stressed and a little bit overworked, but that is what it is at this point. So that's still going strong. Basically what has happened is like the metrics that we use to count like how busy we are, like every month we keep breaking our previous record, and then the next month we're like, oh, it like won't be as busy as last month or whatever. And then we like exceed our numbers from the previous month. So that's been really kind of crazy. Let's see, what else? My husband switched jobs, which is kind of crazy to do in the middle of the pandemic. He's been looking for a new job for quite a few months now, which I haven't talked about. But that's been a lot of stress on our plates. He felt it was complicated, but like he really liked his job when he first started, and then a whole bunch of changes happened, and then he didn't enjoy it as much. It just wasn't as good of a fit for him, like what he wanted to do in his career. So he's been looking, but with the holidays, basically in his industry, like hiring doesn't really happen during the holidays. I think that's pretty true in a lot of industries. So he basically had to wait till spring. And he's very fortunate that he's working in an industry that is still actively hiring right now, because a lot of industries I know are not. But he was able to find a job. He's given us 2-week notice. And so he's actually going to be switching jobs at the end of June, which is really exciting. You know, his new job is definitely a step up from what he was doing previously. But, you know, it's just been a stressful, difficult time. And I really have not been talking about it on the channel for that reason. But that's kind of what's going on there. Okay, next I'm going to be going in with the Honest Beauty Magic Beauty Balm Stick, which is kind of like a slightly shimmery highlighter. I'll be using this as my highlighter today. Like I said, I wasn't joking about trying out a whole bunch of Honest Beauty products. In fact, fun fact about Naturally Beautiful Girl, I think my most viewed video is a video talking about Honest Beauty, which is kind of what inspired me to try out some more of the products, because I'm a scientist and, you know, like a good scientist, I love my data. And when I was looking at that, I was like, that's an indication that I should do more videos about Honest Beauty. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Also coming soon, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that one. Right, so with my husband switching jobs, he really has not had a vacation. Our last vacation we had, like official vacation, was back the end of February, you know, before everything started. And so I encouraged him to take a few days, like to give his 2 weeks notice a few days before his start date so that he would have a few days off. And then I told him I would take like a couple days off of work. So we could just like hang out and spend some time together. But things are starting to get better in Boston, in Massachusetts finally. Our number of cases are coming down and all of that. My husband has been religiously tracking that basically since this all started, because he's also a scientist and loves data. But things are also getting better in New York, like New York City and also the rest of the state of New York. And he's originally from Buffalo and his parents still live there. So we decided with things getting a little bit better in Boston and things getting a little bit better in New York, we're actually going to be driving to Buffalo to visit his parents because we have not seen them in ages. And yeah, it's really scary because this will be like our first, like, we've been hardcore social distancing. Like, I know everyone has been, or hopefully has been social distancing, but like we have not seen anyone. And we trust his parents. His father's also a doctor, so he's actually getting tested weekly. It's scary, but also exciting. And we feel safer because we can drive there. So hopefully it'll all be okay, but we're excited and scared all at the same time, which I knew was gonna be kind of the feeling when everything starts getting better. It's really hard to actually feel safe. And that's kind of the point where we're at right now. Okay, so I need to set some stuff. So for my under eyes, I'm going to be using another Honest Beauty product. This is their Invisible Blurring Loose Powder. I actually like this a lot more than I expected. Like, I'm really picky with under eye setting powders, but this one I'm liking. So that's impressive. Anyway, so we're gonna be going on our trip to Buffalo soon, which will be exciting. Like I said, things are getting better with cases in Boston. My office was going to originally start opening in June, but I don't know why there's so many car alarms going off this morning. I'm really sorry if you can hear all of it. It's a crazy day in the neighborhood, apparently. But yeah, so my office is originally going to start opening up in June, but with everything going on, they've postponed that till July. But like one of the big problems I have with going into my office is I have to take the T, which is the subway, to get there. And let me tell you, my desire to ride the subway is like at a negative level right now. Like, you could not pay me enough money to ride that subway. Especially because the route I ride, I've talked about this a few times, is like one of the most crowded routes during rush hour. Like, I'm going in the direction with all the people in Boston. It is insane. Like, so bad that sometimes I'll be on the platform and like a train will go by and I physically can't get onto that train. And I have to wait for like a second or third train to go by, that tells you how crowded it is. So given everything, I don't know what I'm going to be doing about that. Luckily, I guess in a way, all of my team, like my direct team that I work with, is actually not in that office. We're spread out over 4 different countries, so that means I'm the only one in the US. So I don't have a lot of pressure to go back in, but I mean, at some point I'm gonna have to go in, but that's a future cat problem, is what I keep telling myself with regards to that. I actually am in the process of popping in a new pan for my Clove and Hallow pressed setting powder because as you can see, this one is like, I only have a little bit of powder up on the rim and I actually can't get it out with my brush. So I'm gonna have to get a new one of these. It popped into my, I guess, compact, which is one of the nice things about this. The Clove and Hallow press setting powder is a refillable compact, which definitely a fan of that. Anyway, so I don't know when I'm going back to the office. Let's see, what else? I actually scheduled a haircut for myself. My hair is like ridiculously long. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've not had my hair this long in ages. I actually have come to really like my hair being long, but I definitely want to get it trimmed. I also have really thick hair and I normally get it kind of thinned out a little bit, and I can tell that definitely needs to happen. What else is, oh yeah, but where I get my haircut is in downtown Boston and I normally take the T there. But given my lack of desire to take the T, I'm actually going to be driving, which I don't think I've ever driven. Like, where I get my haircut is in Back Bay, if you know Boston. And I don't think I've ever driven in Back Bay, so that's gonna be a whole adventure. And normally I would like bring my husband and like make him drive, but also because everything going on, there's not really anything for him to do downtown, nor does he want to just like poke around downtown aimlessly. And also like he can't wait at the hair place because, you know, everything that's going on. So it's gonna be me on a driving adventure. Hopefully it'll turn out well. All right, so if there's a sudden jump between what I was last talking about and now, it's because I had to actually run off and take a Zoom call super quickly, and I have no memory of what I was, well, I have some memory of what I was talking about before, but not exactly. I think I was talking about my office not opening and not wanting to, oh no, I was talking about getting a haircut, I think. I don't know, whatever. For brows, I've actually been using this Juice Beauty. This is the, I think it's a Brow Envy gel. I had really enjoyed this brow gel because this is one of the first ones that came out. There was like a clump of brow gels that came out in Clean Beauty, and I had a backup of this one, and that's what this is. But since then I've discovered other brow gels I actually like better, but before I can like repurchase those, I wanted to just finish this one off. So I'm using it. I like it. And at the time it was like one of my favorites, but now having used a lot of other ones I actually like better. It's okay, but not my favorite. Yeah, so let's see, I'm getting a haircut. Hopefully that will go well. Oh yeah, I think I was talking about that I was getting a haircut before things get bad again. As much as I hate saying that, like, things are likely going to get bad again, at least until we get a vaccine developed. Actually, in a funny turn of events, I don't think I ever talked about this on my channel. It actually seems rather likely that my husband and I actually had the virus like way back in March and didn't actually know it. And the doctors only like pieced together the pieces afterwards. And you may be thinking, Kat, you were never really sick. You never complained about being sick. Well, exactly. That's part of why we had no idea that we even likely had it. And the fortunate thing was my husband and I started voluntarily social distancing like way before anything was mandated. We were, you know, not going out. We were staying at home. My husband stopped writing the tea. He started driving into work and then eventually started working from home. But we were like, you know, minimizing our contact, and which is good because we had this like crazy version, or at least the doctors think we did, of the virus, which was having a rash on our feet. I don't know if you've heard about, you probably actually may have read about it. It's the COVID toes, because I know it was in like the New York Times and like I saw it, I think I first saw it on an NPR article, but we had this like crazy rash on our feet, and I had it first, and then it was almost like my husband like caught it from me. And like the doctors, we were doing like telemedicine and sending all these pictures, and my husband's father is a doctor, and like they thought we were having like some weird allergic reaction to something in our house, which never made any sense because my husband and I have completely different allergies and allergic reactions. Like what he's allergic to is a very, very different than the things I'm allergic to, and our like allergic responses are very different. His is like, he gets wheezy, his eyes get really itchy, sometimes he'll break out in hives, he'll get he gets really congested, he sneezes a lot. Whereas for me, I get like, my allergic reactions are like very like springtime allergies, very focused in my eyes, very itchy. Also I have I have an allergy to sulfa drugs. So those are mostly antibiotics that contain sulfur, and that's where my throat swells. So those are like very different types of reactions that our bodies have. And I guess I have a few where I get a rash, but not much. And so this like rash was super weird, and like all of our treatments like weren't really helping, and it like lingered on for weeks. And I mean, this rash was insane, like incredibly itchy. Also burned, our toes were super swollen, like couldn't walk. It was really bad. And, you know, eventually we got rid of it. But that was like before the articles broke in the news about that being related to COVID. And so the unfortunate thing is, so Massachusetts doesn't have access, or at least not easy access to antibody testing, which is a type of testing you need to get if you had the virus and then want to see if you want to check that you had the virus previously. The other types of testing work if you have the virus actively, but we didn't even know that we may have had the virus until months later. So the only way we'd be able to tell is with antibody testing. And that's not readily available in Massachusetts. So the doctors, let's see, I'm trying to find my eye primer. So the doctors and the two of us are kind of left being like, well, it seems really, really likely that we had it, but we don't actually know. So there's that. I don't even know why I haven't talked about that. It's such a weird, crazy thing. But I don't recommend looking up COVID toes unless you want to see some weird pictures of rashes on toes, because it's pretty gnarly looking. To the point that my toes are like still kind of like flaky and scaly from the whole thing. It was, I mean, obviously it's gone now, but it was bad, and my toes are like still recovering from that whole incident. But I mean, in some ways, if like that's how we had to get it, we were extremely fortunate and feel really grateful for that. And in some ways it makes us feel a little safer going out and like doing things, but at the same point, like, it doesn't make us feel great. And also, you know, things are getting a little better right now, but it's very, very likely things are going to get bad again. It's just a matter of time at this point, probably. So I guess enjoy this period while we can, and then we'll see what goes from there. Anyway, okay, so I've got my Aaron's Faces eye primer on. That's what I was applying. So now we can go in with the Lavina Beauty palette, which I am super, super pumped about. Okay, let's see. I've got the little sheet here with the names on it. I got some Zoom calls today, so we're not going to get too crazy with what we're doing. I think I may swatch a few of these to see. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at that. That's like not even a good swatch, and look at that. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. Oh. Do you see it? That's one swipe. That first swatch, I wasn't even like trying to get a good swatch going. Okay, honest, genuine reaction here. Like, that is insane. Okay. Why did I not buy this palette before? I don't know. Note to Kat, like, you need to get out of your like few brands that you've been trying and explore more in the clean beauty space. Clearly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. Okay. Okay, what do I want to do? I think we're gonna go neutral today. We're gonna be real here. I got some Zoom calls. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this brown shade, which is, I believe, the shade Spiritual. So this one right here, and I'm just gonna apply this all over my lid. So this is, I guess, something I've been wanting to talk about, and I need to talk about on my channel, and I'm still trying to like figure this all out, is I have on my channel, if you notice, I kind of just like talk about all sorts of brands, and then like, for instance, RMS Beauty. This is where things are gonna get a little spicy here. And I talk about them, and I'm probably, part of the reason I'm guilty about talking about them is because I really like a lot of their products. However, I kind of avoid talking about some of the more controversial stuff with the brand. I mean, I think their treatment of customers has not been great. I don't appreciate their fear-mongering, and especially what's been happening recently. I'm like not a fan of that, like not here for that. But I think one of the things I want to do in my channel going forward is being more conscious about the brands and their values that I'm sharing on my channel and on my Instagram. But, hold on. Let's see. I'm trying to find a good eyeshadow brush here. All right. I think I'm going to go in with this pink shade first. I think this will be a good way, this matte pink, to kind of lay down a base. That's the shade BU. Oh, I like that. That's a sweet name. Okay. A good base in my crease, I guess I should say. Okay. There's quite a bit of pigment coming off on my brush, which isn't surprising given the way the other shades behave. So I'm going to tap this off a little bit. But yeah, this is beautiful on my lid. Okay, so yeah, I want to be more conscious about the brands, and it's tricky, and like this whole time as a content creator has been insane trying to like navigate what's going on, because I have a life outside of YouTube. I have a job outside of YouTube. I have a lot of stuff that's going on. And it literally, keeping up with the clean beauty space and all that's been going on, I mean, in beauty in general, could be a full-time job. Like, it's crazy. And I am trying, and I'm gonna make mistakes. Like, that's the first thing I want to say. I am 100% going to make mistakes, and I just hope that you guys are patient with me, that you know, like, you also have a dialogue with me, but a respectful dialogue, because I'm not trying to make mistakes, but I am going to make them. And I want you guys to be able to let me know where I have, messed up with brands. But I also would like for you to do that and just like hey, like, just so you know, like, this is going on, which a lot of you guys have been doing on my Instagram and like DMing me, which I greatly appreciate. If you've done that, thank you so much. But there's a difference, and I've had that, I've had some of those negative experiences where it's like an attack, and I'm like, I'm trying to do better. So I'm trying to figure out what brands I am going to be talking about on my channel. And, I had some pre-filmed content. We're moving out of that to content that I'm like currently filming as I'm talking to you in this video. But I'm just trying to navigate all of that. Okay, let's take this shade right here, which is Bewitched. And then I'll put this in my crease. But I guess, what I'm trying to say is whoa, okay, I should have knocked that off a little bit, but at least it's blending like super easily. Oh my gosh, these shadows are so good. I want to have that dialogue with you, and I guess I just want to let you know that I'm going to be more conscious about the brands that I'm sharing on my channel. And I'm just trying to figure that out. Because I'm learning, I'm growing, and experiencing all of this with you. So it's kind of frustrating because right now I don't think I'm going to be talking about RMS Beauty on my channel anymore, which is a little sad because there are some products from RMS Beauty that I really like. So if you guys have a dupe for their Living Luminizer, let a girl know, because I need to find a dupe for that. I'm thinking about trying some of the Venus Organics highlighters. I feel like that could be a good place to start for a dupe. But I don't know. I'm trying to navigate all that's going on, and what happened with Organic Bunny and the brands that are still working with her and the brands that aren't. It's a complicated situation. Okay, I'm gonna take this dark brown shade and this shade Secret and apply this to my upper and lower lash line. It's kind of the usual. But also these shadows are amazing. They're blending so well. Like, I cannot wait to use this palette again tomorrow and the next day. And the next day, like, I'm already in love. I picked this one. This is the Eye Magic palette because I just thought the shades were more shades that I would reach for, and I'm glad I went with this one. But I think the other one is going to be really beautiful too. Oh my gosh, look at how pigmented. Oh, that's so good, so good. So anyway, so I have an order with, let's see, I have an order with Josephine Cosmetics. I also have an order with Range Beauty. I looked at Minted Cosmetics. I've heard Jamie from 5 Product Face talk about it. If you don't go follow, you should go follow her on Instagram. I've actually had the pleasure of meeting her in real life because she's from the Boston area. And we also had a happy hour together, which was a virtual happy hour, but it was so much fun. It was the two of us, and then also Reagan, who I also love, and was sadly supposed to meet this spring, but that ship sailed. But anyway, so she talked about Minted. The problem I have with Minted is that a lot of their powder products use talc. And I used to be like completely anti-talc on my channel. Like, I was like, no products with talc ever, period. And then I was like, okay, so I like did some more reading, learned some more stuff, and was like, okay, if depending on where it's sourced, talc is okay. But I don't think Minted lists how their talc is sourced. So given that, I'm not super enthused about trying other products. I also have been looking at Lip Bar. Let me know your thoughts on Lip Bar. Would you like to see me try Lip Bar? Let me know. Oh, I also picked up stuff from the Organic Bath Company, which I am loving. And I do not know what rock I was living under where I had not tried those products out, especially because it's a Boston-based company, a Black-owned Boston-based company. Like, that like checks every single box that I have. And their products are just beautiful and amazing. And you're definitely going to be hearing more about those. But if you've been curious about them, go try them out. I am absolutely loving their body butter. 12 out of 10. It's incredible. It's unlike any other body butter I've tried. It's like a solid oil. Like, it's fluffy, but it's like an oil and not a lotion. It's beautiful. I also have really been enjoying their soaps. I have one of their soap bars. I've been trying to use more soap instead of body wash. They have body wash too. I was really happy that they had the soap option, and I wanted to get their body scrubs, but they were sold out. So I'll eventually be trying those out for us too. Okay, I'm just adding a little bit more of this shade here, which is Spiritual, because I kind of blended it away when I was blending my crease, but this is beautiful. I'm getting in close here so I can actually see what's going on, because this palette does not have a mirror, which is fine. Yeah, I used to grumble about palettes not having mirrors. I've learned, more easily recyclable without, so we're growing, we're learning. That's all we can do. Okay. Do I want to... I think I'm gonna leave this eye look like this because it's not that fancy, but I also have Zoom calls. I don't want to be wearing crazy eyeshadow for my Zoom calls. Though, if you do, kudos to you. I am so excited to try this out some more. First impression, absolutely love. Absolutely love. Worth the price. Need to go check it out. And like I said, if you are more of a neutrals person, like I got a very neutral eye look using this palette. So this is a good option. I'm really itching to do some sort of like pinky eye look with these like pinky purpley shades down here. It's gonna be so good. Okay. Okay. Let's do, let me curl my eyelashes and then we will do some lipstick and we'll be done. I'm going to go in with the Erin's Faces mascara. I've really been loving this. I'm gonna apply this and not talk to you while I'm doing this because otherwise I'm gonna end up with mascara everywhere. I probably will anyway, but it'll definitely make the situation worse if I'm talking. So I just want to show you with mascara, without mascara. Like, this mascara is so good. It makes such a big difference. I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna finish off the other eye. Okay, I was trying to figure out what I was gonna use for lips today. I think I'm actually gonna go in with the Talk Beauty lip gloss in the shade XO. I have a video where I was trying out I have a video where I was demoing and reviewing a whole bunch of Talk Beauty products. I will link that up above if you haven't checked it out. But I really like this. Like, this is a really nice nude lipstick, especially someone that's super fair like I am. Why did I say lipstick? Lip gloss. I feel like I had too much coffee this morning. You guys can probably tell. I had cold brew, and I think it was strong. Because I'm super into making cold brew in the summer. I absolutely love how nice and easy and pigmented this lip gloss is. And speaking of cold brews, I had this thought while I was mentioning cold brew. You should go check out Organically Becca. If you don't, you probably already follow her, but if you don't, you should. On Instagram, she posts these like goals, cold brews, and my cold brews are not that fancy. Like, I just cold brew my coffee and then I literally just add, right now it's been oat milk to my cold brews and that's like it. But she makes these like delicious sounding cold brews. I keep meaning to try them, but I haven't yet, but I will this summer. I hope you enjoyed just kind of chatting. Well, I was chatting at you, but hopefully you enjoyed hearing kind of what's going on in my life, a lot of my thoughts recently, kind of what things I'm planning to do with my channel, what things you can expect. Well, give me your thoughts in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And of course, be sure to subscribe to my channel and check me out on Instagram. I'm at naturallybeautifulgirl to see more of me there. And once again, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.